Welcome to the Strategy Vault, an online resource center with hundreds of tools, techniques, and tips to help you think, plan, and act strategically. The two main sections are knowledge and tools. Knowledge, we've got articles, videos, podcasts, infographics, a glossary of business planning terms, and a link to the blog where you can find lots of new thinking around strategy, strategic thinking, and planning. If we click on articles, we can see that they're grouped into competition, innovation, leadership, planning, strategy, and thinking. We click on strategy, we can see we've got dozens of articles around strategy to help us think and perform at a more strategic level. Videos, if you've been in one of the strategic thinking and planning workshops, this is a great refresh on some of the key principles and tools that we've used. So for instance, the contextual radar, we would click on that, and typically you're going to get a 1 to 3 or 4 minute video going through that tool to help you remember how to use that properly. And if you're teaching some of your direct reports, you can use it from that perspective as well. Go back to the Vault menu. There's also an area to record insights. So we can create an insight here, and then we put the title, the details, and save my insight. So you've got one nice repository to collect your thinking. There's also templates. So if you've been in the strategic thinking and planning workshop, so you can pull down the contextual radar, the trade-off matrix. So you've got nice digital copies of all of the main templates. The new feature we want to introduce is the Strategic AI Coach. So the Strategic AI Coach is based on my 25 years of proprietary content, which includes 8 books, more than 250 articles, more than 200 videos, hundreds of audios, infographics, and other resources. Basically, millions and millions of words that are now going to be custom designed to help you be strategic. So we might say, well, what is strategy? Maybe we've been in some meetings and people are getting the definition correct. So now we get a nice, clear, concise definition. We can read that. Strategy is defined as the intelligent allocation of resources, unique system of activities to achieve a goal. And it gives us a breakdown of some of those elements. And at the end, we get some nice links to other resources that we potentially can use in order to pull up additional information. Many of you have used the GOST framework. So let's say we want to use the GOST framework. So one of the questions we might pose is, how do I use the GOST framework to develop my plan? All right, so we might want to refresh on GOST. And so if we type that in, the Strategic AI Coach, again, based on that 25 years of content, is going to give us some simple steps to use. So here we're talking about the goal, what that is. Also gives us a nice example there. The objective, what that is, the specific, the SMART, a specific example, the strategy, the tactics, and then again, giving us some additional information and some links to things that will help us with future aspects. Now, the beauty of this is not only can it help us develop the plan, it can also act as a coach to help us improve our plan. So one of the things we might ask it is, well, we've developed the GOST plan, but is it right? So is the following statement a correct strategy? And let's say our strategy is achieve market leadership. And I have seen that written as a strategy. Let's check with our AI coach and see if that's actually a strategy. So it is not a correct strategy. It's a goal. In the context of the GOST framework, goal represents what you're generally trying to achieve. So it gives us, again, some additional ways to think about the GOST framework. We can also do the same with the objectives and tactics. So this is a great way to test your GOST plan. Now, let's say you've got a direct report and you're trying to coach them. So how can I coach my direct report on completing the GOST framework? So you might have sales reps or marketing managers reporting to you or other folks. So how do we use this then? How do we help our direct report? So let's hope we get some coaching tips here. So explain the GOST framework. Again, what is the goal, objective, strategy, tactics? Set a meeting, use examples, encourage brainstorming, provide feedback, practice iteration, follow up, celebrate success. And then again, we get a link to the strategic book as well as some additional resources there. So again, the strategic coach is going to be a great way to not only build our thinking and capabilities, but also to stress test the things that we've developed in the past. So again, welcome to the Strategy Vault, a great online resource center based on 25 years of proprietary knowledge. And remember, new growth comes from new thinking. Welcome to the